swing, swing. Hi, everybody. It's Maria from What's the Story with Maria. How's it going? Welcome to episode 252. You heard me. 252 episodes of What's the Story with Maria. We come to you live every Tuesday night between 9 and 10 p.m. Eastern. We have had a cavalcade of stars come on the show, and tonight will be no exception. Tonight we have a really amazing crew coming on and a lot to talk about. This is Pride Month. June is Pride Month in New York City, as I believe it is in lots of places. Not Texas so much, maybe. I don't know. Not Florida so much, but definitely the cool states. The blue states, I'm sorry. The blue states, right. So, lots going on. It's very exciting. Last night, I got to tell you, Leo, are you with me, my friend?
I am here. I was just thinking, I think a bunch of our friends that like to invest, our rainbow friends that like to invest in property, it's a great time to buy in Texas. Take over a couple of towns.
Oh, my God. You know, it's funny. When I was working for Terry Ross sometimes at the kiosks in Bryant Park, we get women. I mean, we get people from all over the world, but the women are mostly the ones buying the jewelry. And I got to tell you, when they're from those states, they just have a different way of looking at the world. But I just let them do their talking.
Bless their hearts.
Yep. And one woman said to me, I remember, she said, all these people are moving from the north and they're just, everything's changing. And I thought, not such a bad thing. A lot of people are migrating down there. But I'm just going to pray for people. That's how I'm feeling. I'm just going to pray for people and send them good vibes because
I tell my kids, the world is filled with many different people.
Yes, absolutely. Hello and happy Tuesday, beautiful people. Now it's a party. Rena Cugnali-Berge, my cousin from Massachusetts, has joined us. Weather girl. Leo calls her the weather girl, and then he does a shimmy. Rena, I miss you so much. I can't wait to hang out with you and have a few laughs. We're going to a wedding in August together. Although, and I'm going to talk about this soon, I am doing another, for my Massachusetts friends, if you're listening, I am doing another show in Massachusetts. We're doing our 70s show again with New Dawn Productions. It's the same show, but we've added a ton of new numbers. So
what are you singing? Give me a hint. Give me a title.
I usually do Betcha by Golly Wow, Best Thing That Ever Happened to Me, for Gladys Knight. Then I usually do Rhiannon and Landslide, but I'm adding some Stevie Wonder songs and maybe some. Yeah, so it's going to be really fun, and we're adding some new group numbers. So that's going to be happening at in Rockport at the Emerson Inn, July 13th. It is a Wednesday. Yes, I miss you too. Let's do you know what? That's what I was saying today. We need to do a Massachusetts show because July makes 5 years, Rena, 5 years that I've been doing the show. Can you believe it? And we've done the anniversary shows at Rena's. So, lots happening. So,
what's a flight to Massachusetts nowadays? I think it should be a 5-year anniversary show with your accidental stage manager.
You know what, Leo? That would be really, I know, Rena, 5 years, can you believe it? That would be really incredible. So nothing's off the table. We're going to plan something, even if it's not that, because I am doing the show with New Dawn Productions, Wednesday, July 13th. I will be in Massachusetts for that show at the same place, Rena, that we did it before at the Emerson Inn, that beautiful, because they have this thing called a moonrise event. So it's literally looks over the ocean, and as the moon is rising, the sun is setting, the moon is rising, they do this. They do all these events. So we're part of the moonrise event. Okay. So Rena, we'll have to talk. We'll have to do yeah, we'll have to figure something out. Okay. Leo, what's happening in Idlewild, California?
is hot. It's
Yeah.
been up to 80 up here, so up in the mountains. It's a little warmer than we'd like. The beautiful greenness is going into brown, so we're all just waiting for summer to pass. But meanwhile, me and my kids, we've been having fun. This week we're doing a natural history week for Idlewild, and we have tribes that were up here before the Copia Indians, and all kinds of nature. So I challenged the kids to make their own nature center. So
Really?
some of them are excited about making spiders. Some of them are excited about making snakes. We're making one big wall with the forest trees. So we're having fun.
That's
Meanwhile,
amazing.
I'm teaching them silly songs, and
And you're still cooking for them as well, right?
well, I haven't done it yet because we have good snacks. We're having good, healthy snacks. This week is sun tea and fruit for afternoon snacks.
Wow. I love that.
Yep, all nature, all natural.
I love this. Is fantastic. So my cousin Cora Gothier has joined us. Hi, guys. She says, hi, Cora. Nice to see you, my friend. And look who else has joined us. Mr. July. Speaking of hot, hot, hot. We do have a calendar, folks. We have a Nothing But the Apron calendar for this show, and now we're halfway through it. So this month is June. And
see mine up there on the wall.
Handsome as all get out. He's the
I
best.
have him right next to my fridge.
Oh,
see
you
him
do?
Up there? See right behind me?
There he is, Mario Davila. Oh, you have him on your fridge.
Yep.
This week I was teaching with Susie Camp, and you had to see. I showed you the picture. He was just hanging out there. You were, Mario, hanging out.
I can't believe she pulls that out there.
He just pulls it out, anyway, whatever. But a happy June. It's Pride Month. It's very apropos that Mario Davila would be our Mr. June.
Hey, Maria.
Next month is Ed Kutu. What?
I was going to say, the guys that are in the green room right now, I bet you they're great candidates for the 2023 version of that calendar.
You know what? I have a lot of people
coming
forward for that. Elaine Feliciano, who is Mr. November's wife.
Oh.
She's a total hottie. She wants to be in the calendar next year. She's like, Peter, you were in it last year. I'm going to be in it this year. So we're at least halfway filled. So we have about 6 slots left.
I think we should keep November the Feliciano month then.
Oh, we could do that, but she was born on January 1st, so she wants to be January.
Okay.
Sounds good to me. Ed Kutu from Blade Salon in Rocky Hill, Connecticut, my high school friend, has joined us. He is such a great person, and he is Mr. July. So he's in our calendar. Eddie, you stopped on the street randomly to sign calendars. I don't know if your life's changed since the calendar.
I think next month, the fireworks will begin. Mm-hmm.
Yes, absolutely. His birthday's in July. Okay, so what time is it? I don't want to waste too much time. Tonight's show is jam-packed. I do want to shout out to Lavinia Draper. Her show, her one-woman show at the Stonewall Inn was incredible. Oh, look who's here, Senator Mesa, as you call her.
Hi, Senator Mesa.
Mesa, hi, honey. There she is. She says, hola to you too. Jam-packed. Yes, it's jam-packed with guests and excitement and so many things. But I do want to shout out Lavinia Draper last night at the Stonewall Inn. Amazing one-woman show called Doing Time with Lavinia. She wrote the book, and Lynn Portis wrote the music and the lyrics. Amazing show. So big shout out to them. They raised a lot of money. Congratulations. Stonewall and Inn Gives Back initiative. So great things are happening in the world.
How is that little opener guy? That small personality dude?
Oh, you mean Anthony Fett? Bigger than life.
Of course.
Bigger than life. Amazing. He was amazing.
It was so good to see him last week.
Yes, he's just beautiful. I love him. Leo, I wish you lived closer. There's so much to do. Oh, my God. Anyway, someone's got to watch Idlewild. So
someone's got to watch. Someone's got to watch my parents.
I believe it. I believe it. All right, listen. Are we ready? To bring on. I mean, last night was Lavinia and Lynn Portis. Are we ready to bring on the next dream team? Because I'm
very handsome dream team, I have to say.
Yes, let's bring out Perry Dell'Aquila. I believe I said that correctly. If not correctly, is that right, Perry?
It's Dell'Aquila, yes.
Dell'Aquila. Okay. And Perry is joining us tonight. He is a director. And Perry, I think you're also a writer, right?
No, just directing.
Just a director? Okay, well that's enough. So Perry directed Prince Charming, You're Late, Billy Hipkins' one-man show, and there is Billy now. So exciting! I can't believe that you actually said you would. That we got Perry on the show. Can you believe it, Billy?
Yeah, no, we're thrilled to be here with you. I'm very throaty tonight. Can you hear how deep my voice is?
Well, it's very
I'm giving you Lauren Bacall. If I use my upper register, I give you late life Lucille Ball, but tonight we're giving you lower register Lauren Bacall.
Let's go with sexy Lauren Bacall.
Yeah.
So now, Perry, I also want to shout out that didn't you direct a movie?
Yes, for Eddie Vacca.
Yeah. Okay. And the name of the movie was called Look in My Eyes.
Look in My Eyes. It's a web series now, so there's about 7 episodes. He'll contact you. Maybe we can come on and talk about that.
I would love to. I'm a big fan of Eddie's, and he's a great friend. Wow, this is part of it, huh?
It was a lot of fun to do, too.
Oh, I can't wait. Was that Shannon Rackow? I wonder if that's Shannon in that movie. She's also a friend of ours right now she's in a play on Theater Row as well. Oh. Billy, you're doing your show again.
Yeah. This is the first time this is a premiere production of Prince Charming, You're Late. We've done it, we've developed it at the Emerging Artists Theater downtown, but this is a friend of ours, Jerome Gentis, and his Tiger Bear Productions is producing a 21 performance run starting
21 performance.
Yes, I'm going to get to do it because I've done it once, put it away for a year and a half, did it twice, put it away for 7 months, did it one time, put it away for 2 years. So yeah, there's your ticket link. Yeah, Jerome is producing this run of the show on Theater Row.
That's incredible.
We are gearing up. We're gearing up.
I've told you this before, but I'll say it again. I loved your show.
Thank you.
And Perry, before I even knew your name or who you were, one of the first things I said to Billy was, and the direction was incredible.
Now I'm going to tell you. Yeah, Perry says he's not a writer. Yes, he is. Some of the
best. That's what I thought. So I thought you told me.
Well, he's saying it because when Billy writes, and Billy is fantastic. He really is, and he does exactly what anyone dreams of. He overwrites, and then we just chip it away, and we come up with this fantastic piece, which it just gets better and better every time. I see it.
Now, were you involved with Billy's first show as well?
Yes, I directed that as well.
Oh my God, that was incredible as well.
Absolutely.
So that was your direction as well, Perry?
Yeah, it was crazy because he had this reading at his apartment, and it was like 2.5 hours, and everybody was like, "Hi, that was really good." And I stayed afterwards because I saw how great it could be, and it was great. And I asked him, I said, "Can I direct it?" And he said, "Sure."
So Perry, when you direct a piece, when you first, do you prefer to hear it from the artist, or do you prefer to read the script?
Well, in both cases, Billy read it to me first.
Okay.
But his writing is so incredible that it really just it lays it all out for you. There's nothing there to like have to ponder, and we still discover different things now in it. But his writing is so strong. It just I see it in my head when he performs it, when I read it.
Yeah, I agree. The writing is really good. The direction's really good too. And
when Perry gave me back this. Oh, I'm sorry. Am I breaking up or are you breaking up?
No, I can hear you. Go ahead. Well, maybe you broke up a little bit.
When Perry gave me back the script of our. Am I with you?
No, he's not.
Hello. You guys are frozen. Yeah. Oh, are we back?
Okay. So you were frozen for a second.
What I was saying. Okay. No, you were frozen. From my house, you were. And you are again.
Let it go. Let it go. I'm sorry. We're all frozen. Guys. Billy, just keep talking through. It will freeze for a moment, but the sound keeps going, my love.
Okay, good. So when you first, all right, let's move through this because it'll come back and we'll be okay. Now, Perry, you listen to Billy both times read it?
And then he gives me a hard copy of it, and I take out the pencil and say, he gets. I mean, he doesn't get mad. He really doesn't. But sometimes I cut and I cut and I cut, and to get to the essence of what he's saying.
Okay, so it's always better to. I agree. It's always better to have more than to not have enough. And have you also have you ever looked at the piece and thought, did you ever rearrange it or add lines to it, or feel that take it in a completely different direction?
Once or twice we've discovered things as we're working on it. This Prince Charming Your Late is different because the last time we did it before the plague, and it's a different world now, and you see things differently than you did before. So a lot of some of my choices that I was sure of 2 years ago, 3 years ago, don't play well anymore. So we were able to adapt it to the climate now.
Yeah, but you know what? That's what they mean by evolving. Like we have to keep adjusting as the world changes. We have to change with it. And I also find that I look at things differently. Even songs that I wrote long ago or monologues or whatever. Like sometimes I feel differently about them now because I'm on the just like that Both Sides Now song. I love that song because it really is as you see things from a different perspective. But what would you say is either one of you or both of you, what would you say is the biggest change you've seen in theater since we've come back from the pandemic? In audiences or responses, or not so much the mask. We all know about that, but what would you say? The climate,
that's a big, deep, loaded question, Maria, because I've been filling in I've done wardrobe on 30 different Broadway shows.
I know you have.
At this point, I've been filling in all over town, and every day is like, can you come in? We're down with COVID people. Can you come in? Can you come in? Can you come in? It's been 2 shows canceled tonight. Come From Away canceled tonight. 6 canceled tonight. I got a message from Aladdin this morning. Can you come join us? Strange Loop. Can you come in later this week? Music Man, what are you doing? Can you learn tracks with us?
Oh my God.
Still this ongoing, it seems like COVID is still only happening backstage on Broadway. And just today, the league announced that as of July 1st, no more masks in the audience. It's your choice. While every show is shutting down backstage because we don't have enough people to do the show. We test every day.
I know, that's the thing. That's what it is. And the tests have really helped because now we know. Like I had a big event a few weeks ago, and the first thing I did the day before and the morning of was I tested. And I think that's become the norm now. So, but would you say, as a performer, Bill, and Perry as a director, because you said that some things don't work anymore, you have to revamp them. Do you feel like audiences react in a different way to different things, or how do you approach this new world?
I think they're. Go ahead, Billy. Go ahead.
It's hard to say with this because we haven't done it. We did it once last month.
Okay, and how did that go?
Hello, Jerome. That's our producer, Jerome Gentis. Yay,
Jerome.
That's Jerome from
Of course, you're welcome, Jerome. My pleasure. Yay. My pleasure. And Perry, what would you say? What would you say?
There were when we came back in October, because I work at Phantom of the Opera, they were just so grateful and so hungry for live theater, and I still see that in a lot of the audiences that they're just eating up everything.
Yes,
so there's a better chance, a bigger chance for more acceptance of a lot of different types of shows. We're not. I don't think. And originally, I thought our show it's a gay themed show, but the more I see it and the more I work on it and see it, it's just so relatable to everybody. Like my brother is this big chunky Italian guy. And I'm saying he's going to appreciate this show because it's universal. Crushes are universal. And I think that it's not about the fact that there's a gay character in it. It's just about falling in love.
I totally agree. I couldn't agree more. I love Billy's writing anyway, and I adore Billy. But when I saw the show and I loved it, and I'll see it again in this run, but I thought the same thing. this happens to be Billy's story, but I loved that he talked about the vulnerability of having a crush on someone and what that meant in the day-to-day working with them, and what that triggered about remembering and going back in your life. That really spoke to me. And so it happens to be a gay character, but it doesn't really matter.
No.
I mean,
that was the whole thing. That was the thing, is when I knew that I had to write this story down, because I've always had, just the gist of the story is, I've kind of always had a fixation with Prince Charming coming and saving me from my common life. And over time, I've kind of made boys in my life actual princely, fantasies. And then I, once upon a time, met this coworker, and I fell crazy in love with this guy. He was my Prince Charming. The problem is he was not in love with me. So it got deep. It was the spell that got too deep. And I knew I needed to write it down. And based on our first show together, I knew I could trust Perry to read it. But my only question was, is this a stalker story? And he said, no, absolutely not. And then based on that strength, I was willing to read it once out loud for an audience. And I said that to myself. I will read this out loud once. If I feel creepy, if it gets a creepy response, if it in any way feels cringeworthy, I don't ever have to say this out loud. And that audience went, yep, me too. Yeah, me too. Yeah, me too. Yeah, me too. Which is what we do. Like,
it's that identification. But Perry, Billy told a story last time he was on about how there was a moment when you told him to faint on stage. I love that story, because at first you were like, what? This is so serious. And then once you took Perry's direction, you knew in an instant it was the right direction.
I laid there on the studio floor looking at the ceiling and said, son of a bitch, he's absolutely right. So based on that, I think there's maybe been 2 or 3 times when there's been a suggestion to Perry's, and I said, no, it stays. And we always, okay. I don't think there's really been anything beyond that, really.
Nothing that we've ever had, we've thought about. I know exactly, we have such a great working relationship now. I know when I could push so much, and after 3 times, that's it. It's his thing. He wrote it. He wants to do it. And sometimes it's about, and sometimes I've made the wrong choice. I mean, it's not, we've in the first play, I made a couple of suggestions that once I saw it up there, I was like, oh no, what was I thinking? This is not.
Okay, but you have to try things out. When you're directing, because I've done a certain amount of directing myself, you are feeling things in your body and how they would play out. But there's another person up there, so you have to see it come through them. And sometimes it works, and sometimes it doesn't.
Well, a lot of it, especially with this show now, I found that I had to hold my notes back, because I was really just, like you said before, remembering my crush and how I felt. Right. And I was trying to put that on Billy's character, and it's like, no, that's not his story.
Yeah, I agree.
I would have acted differently to my crush. I would have, Billy does it with class. I was very angry.
Because I'm sneaky. I'm just real sneaky. Yeah, we did actually, on this go-around, added a section. It came to me, because I journal every morning. And that's how everything I've ever written has started in just journaling. And in the process of that, one day, a whole new section of the show showed up. And it was just frankly saying, I wonder if he knows that I'm crushing on him this hard. I'm a pretty good actor myself, so I think I'm hiding my secret desire pretty well. It just showed up. Like, that's what was truly going on while I was working with this guy. Like, how was your day? There's so much more going on for me than my saying to him, how was your day? It was a lot more in my head.
I love that. But now, Billy, speaking of writing, and Perry, you as well, do you guys carry notebooks? Do you take notes in your day-to-day, or do you just come home at the end of the night or in the morning and write down your stuff?
I'm a morning person. After we do a rehearsal or something, I have to digest what happened and what we did. So I'll wake up and write a couple of notes. Then I'll email it to Billy. I think we should cut this line. I think this line should come earlier. And like I said, it's great because he'll try anything once, even if he doesn't agree with it, which is great.
Absolutely.
A lot of actors don't, even on when I was working on Eddie's film, they're young. They were a young group of kids, and there's a different work ethic than there is with us old timers. So
war horses, absolutely. Yeah.
Bill, Leo and I talk about that all the time.
Oh yeah.
It's a whole new world, right, Leo?
Oh my Lord.
It's so
Crazy.
funny because Leo and I are both workhorses, and that blows my mind. This kind of this new generation and how they approach things. It's really crazy.
Well,
And
we
all
are
the
seeing
names,
also.
look all the names they have for their feelings.
Oh my God.
But
A friend
we
of
don't
mine
like labels.
Yeah, a friend of mine is in an acting conservatory right now, and everybody's feelings have to be like honored. And he's like, we can't get any work done.
Yeah,
We
I
can't
know.
get any work done because everyone's like, I'm feeling feelings. You're
I
actors,
know.
guys. You're actors.
But you know, even kids, it's like, I mean, the good news is that kids have language now to express their feelings.
Absolutely.
The challenge is that it's like, okay, you have them. Now what? Let's just move through it and get to the material we have to cover.
I think that's the issue. Is like that can't stop the work.
Right.
Let's
That's
talk
what it
about
is.
Even then, and I can't believe that I'm going to quote my grandfather, but even though I still am working with kids and appreciate them and love them, I can hear my grandfather, my dad's dad, in my voice saying, "Children are to be seen and not to be heard." And I'm, no, Grandpa, no.
Right. But yeah, no, Susie and I teach together, and it's a lot of it is that. So that's why a great writing piece, you do have to cut and cut and cut, because as writers, we do pour out our hearts, and it is our story or our perspective of something. And then, I love this internship. Does it come with a?
Yeah. Good luck. Good luck, honey. Go get my.
I know.
Yeah.
It's just amazing. And then you're not always. It's not. Oh, this is my favorite. I don't know if this is a good fit for me. That's always, yeah. And the good fit, meaning like I have to show up on time, I have to actually do my work, and then I have to clean up and make sure everything's wrapped up. Like that's the crazy part. Like, I don't know. Or someone said the other day that they couldn't come to work because they were having some social anxiety. And
my favorite one, we were auditioning for Eddie's movie, and he turned down the part because he said there's too many lines. He said there's too many lines to learn. That was my favorite.
Remember the day when they used to count the lines and brag? I've got more lines than you do.
Kids, I got 75 minutes of dialogue, and it's just me out there.
I know. I was just saying to Leo, I love one people shows. I love them. To me, they're so fascinating and amazing, and I have nothing but respect for that person up there. I mean, there's nobody to catch you. It's just, but I love following. And I get lost in it.
If I want to say, it's Billy's writing is so good. It really, I mean, the show and watching him performing it's wonderful. But I keep on telling him every time he gives me something to read, this is a book. You can write a book. You're doing the one-man show, but have it be a book to go with it. So
audiobook live.
And we can put everything back in that I cut.
Exactly. We always talk about like we'll put that in the book. We'll put that back in the book.
And then you have to do the audio book.
Yeah. Right.
What is also
after this run, are you guys going to come to Palm Springs? Because I think you have a great audience in Palm Springs.
Jerome, we have talked about that, haven't we, Jerome? We had talked about because Jerome is on the West Coast.
I know he is. He's in Berkeley.
Over a couple of years that we've been back and forth, and then a pandemic, and then we really have been like maybe West Coast, maybe New York, maybe Palm Springs, maybe we really we've had everything's been on the table at one point.
Jerome,
I'm ready. I'm ready to come to the West Coast for sure.
I will make that drive down to see you guys. I will drive down my mountain to see this show.
Yeah, Judy and I were talking today about going to Palm Springs for a little vacation. And so much is happening out there. Now, back to New York City. When is it running? When is the show running? And where? And how can people get tickets?
All right. We start next Wednesday night, a week from tomorrow. We are going to be on Theater Row, which is on 42nd Street, just off of 9th Avenue. We are in Theater 2 on Theater Row.
Theater 2.
That ticket link is right there. Even if you go to Theater Row, easily you can find the link to their site, the ticket link for our show. We have 21 performances. It is a 75-minute show, no intermission. Get them in, get them out. As I always say, Perry, right? You'll laugh, you'll cry, you'll kiss 75 minutes goodbye. That's what it is.
And who doesn't have 75 minutes? You're not going to kiss it. I can attest.
I'll change your life.
You're going to love it. I loved it. I went to see it with Leo, I went to see it with Jeffrey and Steven, two really good friends of mine, and they loved it. And so I can't recommend this anymore. That I just think it's a wonderful show. It's so funny, but it's also really, really, really heartwarming, and you will identify with it on a big in a big way.
No, I'm gonna cry already.
Yay.
And it's just beautiful. It's beautifully written. But I loved your other show as well.
Thank
You
you.
also ran. I mean,
This
I
one-
just loved it.
Yeah, I enjoy performing this one much more than that one. That one about the Lincoln assassination and an actress got caught in the crossfires and her career ending because of an assassination. It's a hard. I call that show touching the hot stove of memory, and it's.
Yeah.
I will always tell her story, but I don't want to. Right at places, every time we've done that show, part of me is saying, I don't want to go out there and remember this. It's
Wow.
an awful thing to remember. A show that also has a lot of humor in it, of course. But I mean,
Right.
this one although this one has cringeworthy moments, for me, this is like a laugh. To me, this is a lot more fun to tell.
Yeah,
I
Billy,
enjoy
let me
it.
ask you, what do you do when you ever feel like I don't want to do the show tonight?
Oh, I always feel that way. Oh, at a half hour, I don't want to. You know what it is? I hate being in a dressing room by myself from half hour to places, listening to the audience talking, and I'm by myself back there.
Yeah.
I'm just looking in the mirror, trying not to put on more makeup. I don't like it. I get
Yeah, you
bored.
don't like a lot of. You just want to get out there and do it, right?
Let's do it. Yeah. So I always feel that like, oh, can't we just take a nap instead?
I know. And you're used to being in dressing rooms all the time as a dresser with a lot of different people.
Oh my God. Yeah. We talk about that on the show. There's a whole section on being in a men's ensemble dressing room and all that entails. Oh Lord. So yeah, I mean, I am used to that atmosphere. So this is a different animal. It's just me out there. The upside is nobody steps on my lines. I get the last bow. I mean, there are definitely upsides to this thing. That's for sure.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true. So let me just check in with people. So Jay Rivera has joined us. Dominic Pupa has joined us and is also inappropriate as usual. I saw Dominic Pupa's show this week, and that was also great. It was so great. I saw it at the Duplex, and Dominic, boy, did I need that show. It's just funny from start to finish, but it's also he talks about things that happened after the pandemic, and it's really, really cool. Andy Prasky has joined us. Andy is also director, Perry. He directs television and documentaries, things of that nature. He's a great guy. Andy, you'll have to go back and listen to the show because Perry is also director, and he just directed a film. And he's also directing Billy's one-man show called Prince Charming, You're Late, which will be on Theater Row starting next Wednesday for 21 performances.
That's so awesome.
So awesome.
A long time coming, and thank you to Jerome for having the faith in this to say, yeah, let's go.
Jerome, thank you.
Thank you, Jerome. Thank you, Perry. They've stuck by me with this thing as crazy as I can get. And as there's been really very little that I've said, can we try this? And everybody hasn't said we can try,
Wow. And it's been launched during Pride Month, which is great.
Absolutely true.
But it's going to go into July, which is wonderful. And
now,
please,
come down to Pride Fest. I'm going to be down there in a pretty princess dress, handing out flyers to the show.
When? What day?
On Pride Sunday, from noon to 3. And the thing is, I don't wear a wig and I do not wear makeup. It's just this in a pretty princess dress.
Good for you. Good for you.
I am searching. Right here behind me, this is Prince Charming's costume. We're doing a glass slipper moment. Whoever fits this thing gets to be Prince Charming. So all of you taller male-identifying individuals, size 40, 42, regular to long, come on down. Whoever fits the coat, you're the one.
I love it. Yeah, Pride Fest is so much fun. I'm actually working at I'm working at Stonewall that day from 6 p.m. to 4 in the morning. I'm assistant managing. So I will, that's in the middle of all the action. But
oh my Lord, the mayhem.
The mayhem. And you know what? This is how I look at it. It's a ride you can't get off of until 4 a.m. That's it. You're on a ride and you can't get off. But looking back, it's like a circus. It's so much fun.
One of the best memories I have of New York is sitting on that corner during our 50th Pride, Stonewall's 50th and World Pride, and watching families and police and everybody just celebrating it.
Yeah.
Great memory.
Me personally, I love the motorcycles that started, and I've actually ridden it because I had a motorcycle for years, and I've ridden in that part of the parade a few times.
Really?
And I love it. I've been on the Stonewall float a few times. I've marched with Gay and Sober a few times. I love the parade. I think it's great. But I always cry when I see P Flag.
Absolutely.
And yeah. And when I see GOAL, Gay Officers Action League, because I have a lot of friends that are in law enforcement.
Yeah.
So, okay, if you want to, please go and see Billy and Perry's show. Prince Charming, you're late on Theater Row. There it is. There's your link for tickets.
Mm-hmm.
And let me know what you think. I absolutely loved it. I'll come and see it again. And I want to thank you guys for coming on.
Well, thanks for having us, Maria. It's such a treat.
So
Thank you.
happy.
And thank you, Leo. You're a wizard. You're just a wizard, Leo. Thank you.
Yeah, Leo's pretty amazing. Yeah.
I can't wait to see you in Palm Springs when you're here.
I can't
Jerome.
believe that. I hope.
Yeah, that'll be great. So thank you, Perry, and I hope that
You.
just always let me know when you're doing something. I'd love to have you guys on again.
Great.
Terrific.
Thanks so much.
Okay,
Happy
thank
Pride,
you.
y'all.
Same to you, honey.
Happy Pride.
Bye.
Yeah, you gotta get out. You gotta get out and see Billy's show. And Perry's direction is exquisite. I'm not just saying that because they were on the show. I wouldn't have people on the show that I didn't think were amazing. So, okay. So Dream Teams is what I'm calling. Yes, Andy, I watched the Pride Parade from the corner at the duplex. I know you were like, I just remember so many prides with you. And I'll be there I'll be right at Stonewall, 2 doors down.
That's so funny because I never met Andy face to face, and I was always that duplex was my spot for Pride.
Well, maybe you ran into each other. Who knows?
Yep.
It's such a small world, right? Okay, so speaking of the duplex, speaking of the VIP seats, yes, sir, I remember that. It was they built this. Bill Morgan built this like platform and had these great VIP seats, so you could see the parade from the end. It was really cool.
Oh, that's awesome.
So tonight's show is called Dream Teams. And because I really feel that people complement each other. There are certain teams that complement each other so well. And these 2 next guests I have come on tonight because tomorrow night they have a great Pride show happening at the on McDougal Street. It's called the Players Theater. It's 115 McDougal Street, which is my old stomping ground. It was the first job I ever had in the city. It was at the Wah Cafe and the Comedy Cellar. It's all one place. And right next door was this theater. It's a beautiful little theater. And so we have Sarah Glassman tonight and Ryan Hiers. Let's bring them on.
Hi, Maria.
Ryan, did I say your name correctly?
You did, yes. Yes,
Okay.
Hiers, yep.
Because I know that you are one half of High Glass Productions.
Correct.
So I said, well, I bet it's Hiers, not. And Sarah's zooming in any moment. So she's at the townhouse tonight. And I know that's she's taking a break and she's going to zoom in. So, Ryan, tell us about your show tomorrow night.
So yes, we're raising funds for True Colors United, which is an organization founded by Cyndi Lauper, and they raise money to support LGBTQ youth who are suffering from homelessness. So we always try to do something for Pride Month specifically to donate money to a foundation that supports those type of LGBTQIA causes.
That is wonderful. Sarah, how are you, honey?
I'm good. I'm standing with the trash outside at Townhouse to try and get a better connection. So sorry about that.
That's all right. Listen, don't worry. We've been around trash before, Sarah. We work nightlife. Trash
and the rats, all the rats.
All the rats. So I was just talking to Ryan about tomorrow night's show. So tell everybody when it starts, what we can expect. I think you're sold out, though, aren't you?
We still have tickets available. Yep.
You still have tickets? Okay. But I know your last performance sold out, so I know your shows do sell out. So we want to make sure people can get tickets. So where is it? How do they get tickets?
So it's at Players Theater, as you mentioned, on McDougal Street. It's 7 p.m. We're in their black box, which is on the 3rd floor. You can get tickets either through our Facebook event page or through the theater Players Theater website that's you can see on screen right now. And we actually do have a promo code for anybody who would like half off tickets, and that's LGBTQIA 2020, all caps, sorry, 2022. Or if you'd like to buy a full price ticket, because all of our profits are going to the True Colors Fund. So
right,
True Colors
I didn't know about the True Colors. This is great, and Cyndi Lauper is just amazing. She's just
queen.
amazing. She does so much for so many people. So it's funny when you said, Ryan, when you said for LGBTQ youth that are homeless, I'm sure a lot of people were like, what? Why would they be homeless? People don't understand some of the challenges of living that life where you're not, a lot of people grow up in wonderful homes where their parents are very accepting. And some people grow up in homes where they're not very accepting. So there's a lot of runaways. There is a lot of challenges with drugs and alcohol to numb themselves. And a lot of people end up disconnected from their families for good reasons sometimes, and sometimes for sad reasons. So it's how wonderful that this organization would be happening. I mean, it would exist, and that you folks are doing this fundraiser.
Absolutely. I consider myself very lucky. My parents were very supportive of, when I came out as gay, and even having that support structure, there was still a time in my life where I lived out of a car for 2 weeks. So, you never know what people are going through, and we need all sorts of support structures to help everyone survive and make it through these times. So.
Absolutely, 100%. And now you both have a residency there, right?
Correct.
Okay, so you've done other shows before, and
yep.
What do you do? Like every couple of months or something? Is it like?
Well, yeah, we're doing every other month. This is the end of our season. We're taking off August because we're actually revamping and rewriting our Halloween show, which I can't wait to share with y'all. It's also we're incorporating a little bit of Little Shop of Horrors into that as well. So it's going to be a really interesting mix of tunes and characters. So yeah, but other than that, we have every other month we have a heightened cabaret show, and we love new collaborators. So Maria, we're sad we didn't have you in this show, but maybe you can join us in another one.
I mean this with all my heart. I was so flattered that you asked, if I was available to do it. I would have loved to. And I was telling that to Leo before the show. I just didn't have like an extra. My schedule is so jam packed that I can't even breathe. And I'm grateful. I'm so grateful because the pandemic was horrible. We were all stuck in the house. So Leo and I were both saying that now when we're asked to do it, we're like, yep. I can work that. But
Maria is an honorary Mexican because she has so many jobs.
Well, listen, we could use some more. We could use some more of that in this country. We have more jobs. Do you know what I heard the other day? This is a true story. There are 2 jobs for every unemployed person in the United States, and that's why because they were talking about the DACA program and that how desperately we need the Dreamers program, because we need to keep people here because we don't even have enough workers, and we need to immigrate more so we have more help. We don't have enough workers to do the jobs that are already here. And it's all this foolishness, and I think about that. So actually, I'm making a video really soon of one of the songs that I wrote with Will T. and Hall. It's called "This Is My America." It's about immigration. And I'm just going to really focus on all this stuff. Leo's going to make the video for me. But
I'm excited. I love that song. I love all of your music. Everybody out there needs to listen to your music, Maria. It's inspiring. It's beautiful.
Sarah and I are thinking about writing some stuff ourselves together. I think we should start with a song, right?
I'm all about it.
So much fun. So can you tell us a little bit about the show tomorrow night?
Sure. So we have 8 performers who are each kind of presenting their own story in their own words. Each is going to represent a different color on the pride flag and its associated meaning. So, for instance, if you have the color red, which represents life. So that performers' pieces are going to be inspired by that. And we have representation all through various representations of sexuality, gender, and whatnot. So we're trying to provide kind of an all-inclusive picture.
Love
Of
that.
course, we've been battling the bug of COVID and some people having to leave the show due to that. So last minute shuffling, but
yeah, it's been a real challenge. The guys before that were on the show were talking about that as well. Jay Rivera has joined us. Welcome, Ryan. Do you guys know Jay Rivera? He's a great friend of mine. He's an amazing singer and an amazing actor. I should introduce you to Jay Rivera. Jay, you should know these two. Oh, look at Leo. Leo.
Well, they do know a singer that we both know.
Who?
Liz Price Davies.
We do know Liz. Yep.
We do.
Yep. Liz was part of her first thing, I believe, when she came out of college was my musical. And so that's how I know her. And the fact that you guys got her with that voice.
Yeah, I love
She's
Liz.
amazing.
Liz wrote a great musical called Broken Moments. And Liz was in it. And I remember going to see. That's where I met Liz in your show. And now she's a sweetheart. So talented. Juliana Cesari is watching. She was a former director of mine. Well, not just mine, but I was in a great show for many years with Tony and Tina's Wedding. And she was the director. She actually, Julie, I always say this, but you got me my equity card because I was non-equity performer. Julie hired me, and that's how I got my equity card. So thank you, Julie. I will never forget that. That was 31 years ago. And so Andy is here. Lynette Larkin. Oh my God, my high school friend. Hi, Lynette. Good to see you. It's so nice to show a lot of really cool people pop on and say hi. So, okay, how long is the show tomorrow night? It's like, is it 75?
So it's right just over an hour, and we have a bunch of different variety of acts. So there's going to be poetry, there's going to be original works, there's drag lip sync, there's it kind of runs the gambit. So it's a nice little almost gay LGBTQIA variety show, if you will.
Yeah, how fun! And I was saying this, or maybe I was thinking it, and I wanted to say it, but for people that are, I don't want to use the word homophobic because I don't know. I just feel like a lot of people, because I try to give everybody a chance, people that maybe are tentative about making friends or connecting with gay people. Maybe they just don't know any better. Maybe they've never had a gay friend. Maybe they are overwhelmed by all the options that are out there. All I have to say is gay people are fun. Gay people are fun. We're not looking to hurt anybody. Gay people are immersed in the arts. And, and our allies, I was talking about this last night, like Sarah, you're an ally. You're one of those people that, and I'm not outing people as straight or gay or whatever. It's not about that. It's just that we need each other. Like I really, my heart prays that we can get to a point where we just all understand that we're coming from loving places and that we're all good people and it doesn't really matter. But right now, since we're in this funny place in the world, we have to really pull up our especially our youth, we have to pull each other up. So
that's why we do this fundraiser every year. We want to support as much as we can. And I wish we could do more. I want to give everything if I could, but
yeah,
but it's funny.
It's great.
Just being able to give music to the city like I'm able to do, and you are, I feel really blessed to be able to play like in Townhouse, Brandy's with you, Duplex, everywhere. It's always such a pleasure to see smiles on faces and like this time of heartache and distress, the pandemic's not over, even though we say it is. It's like there's so much still going on and
everything happening in the world. People are so overwhelmed. And I find, because, like you, Sarah, I work in a lot of the piano bars. I find that people are so friendly lately. Like they just are so excited that we're singing live and that we're there for them. And they're sweet and they're generous. And it's all kinds of people. I mean, gay, straight, it doesn't matter. Tourists, every color you can imagine, every ethnicity. But when they're listening to music, we're all the same. We're just a loving audience, and as performers, I love the way that feels. I just think it's such a great thing. And if, my mother always used to say, music and love change everything. She said it in Italian. It was much prettier, but it was just, she was right. It changes everything, So
it heals. Music heals.
What I mean? Yeah.
Oh, I said
absolutely.
Music heals. Yeah.
It really does. And no matter how, I always say this, is little babies, as soon as they hear music, they start moving. You see it all the time. They're having fun. They're dancing. You can't stop yourself. Older people, all the way up to, people in nursing homes that I've seen, and they don't even remember where they. Oh my God, that handsome Prince Josh Bennett has appeared.
Hi, Maria.
Hi, how are you, sweetheart? Are you in the show tomorrow night as well?
I have to share her earbud. Hold on.
Sorry.
Are you in the show as well tomorrow night, Joshua?
Am I the what?
Are you in the show
tomorrow?
Oh, I am in the show. Yes, I'll be
Okay.
fairly naked in one of my numbers.
What? Oh my God! If that's not, I don't know what is. Well, tomorrow night, we got a couple minutes left, so I want to thank you, all three of you, for coming on. Look how cute and beautiful they are, and they're so talented. They're as talented as they are easy on the eyes. Josh Bennett, Sarah Glassman, Ryan Hiers of High Glass Productions. So tomorrow night, you want to go to 115 McDougal Street, which is between West 3rd and what's the other street down there? Bleecker, I believe, because I used to work down there. It was my first job in the city. So, and it's a great neighborhood, and it's just bustling and exciting. So go and see them. All the proceeds go to the True Colors Foundation, which is just a great, great foundation. Go and see them, but also follow highglassproductions.com because they do a lot of great things. So thank you, all three of you, for taking the time to come on. I love you guys. I hope to see you really soon. And
Thanks for having us, Maria.
I hope you
Love
sell
you
out.
too.
Maria, love you.
Love you, babies.
We might stop by tomorrow. So.
Yeah, we'll stop by.
Oh, okay, great. I'll be at the duplex tomorrow night. All right, good.
Okay,
And we can hear all about it. Wonderful. All right, love you guys.
Love you too.
Love you. Bye.
Oh, they're so sweet. Yeah, and they're all so talented. Oh my God. Just so talented. So tonight, Sarah is at Townhouse with Josh Bennett. And she also she just fills in everywhere. So Andrew, what does Andrew say? Gilbert Baker was a friend of mine. He created the gay flag. Wow. He never registered it or copyrighted because he was told the flag should be for everyone. He was an amazing man. Gilbert assigned meaning to the colors. There were originally 2 extra colors, but one out in San Francisco, the fabric maker didn't have the dye for 2 of the colors. So he dropped the pink. Okay, and turquoise. He added it later. Beautiful. That's a great story. Good to know.
He assigned a meaning to each of the colors. Hot pink for sex, red for life, orange for healing, which you were going to be, yellow for sunlight, green for nature, turquoise for magic, blue for harmony, and violet for spirit.
Wow. So every color means something. So tomorrow night, Leo, you have a Pride shirt on.
Yes,
I have
do.
my All for Love shirt on tonight. And like I said, listen, you don't have to be gay to celebrate Pride Month. You just have to be a good person that wants to see all people get along and all people be able to love whoever they want to love. And that's the name of the game.
Pride is just essentially loving who you are and being able to express it.
Exactly. Now, I also have a love of food.
Oh, yes. Do we have time?
My cousin Rena will have my head if I don't talk about our food section because we're almost out of time. But what did I make tonight? And the name of this part of the show is Go Ahead, Keep Eating. Leo, you ready? 1, 2, 3.
Go ahead, keep eating.
I always cook something for the show. Sometimes I have people in the studio and we share it. Sometimes it's just me. So I'm on the keto again because I have to in the summer. Otherwise, I'm useless. So, Leo, are you still on the keto?
Yes, I'm still following it.
Wow.
By the way, those crunchy little kale chips, those are great.
Did you like that? Oh,
I
I'm sorry.
like that. You know, I have to be careful though. The one thing about keto and it's getting away from flour is
Yeah.
that people use nut flour,
Right. You can't have
almonds, and
that?
things. I'm allergic to nuts,
I
unfortunately.
didn't know that.
Shut up, Dominic Poopa. But I'm
Dominic-
allergic to nuts,
I
and
didn't know
so.
that because I sent you a bunch of almond flour.
Oh, but I read them. I'm smart enough to know.
Okay, now I
So,
know.
and I ate everything that wasn't.
Okay, good to know. That's very good to know. Yes, for me, keto is one of those diets I can get on very easily, get back on, and I always lose weight on it. And I like it. It's delicious food. So what did I make tonight? Tilapia, which is,
Oh.
yes, it's a white fish that the reason I like tilapia is because it doesn't have a lot of its own flavor, but what it does do is take on whatever flavors you cook with it. So it's a great fish that, you know what I call it? The codependent fish. Because it does whatever you want it to do. You want it to, it tastes like the other flavors. So it kind of says, I'll take a back seat and I'll do what you want me to do. And
Is
so
it-
what did I put in this tonight?
Yeah, that
I always
looks
have to
good.
write it down because while I'm cooking, I'm just throwing stuff in, then I forget. So cilantro, I marinated with cilantro, garlic, infused olive oil from the New England Olive Oil Company, crushed red peppers, lime, paprika, white wine. Then I put a lobster bouillon, which I love. It's called
Ooh.
Better Than Bouillon, and I always use the lobster base. And it just makes it taste so much better. Red peppers and Vidalia onions. So, and that I don't have a starch. I mean, the onions and the peppers are what I'm using for vegetables. But this is just delicious. And then the funny thing about eating protein is once you fill up from that, you don't really want more stuff.
Mm-mm.
But the problem with carbs, the more carbs you have, the more carbs you want. Now, I'm not going to be on this forever. I go off and on, but it helps me get back into my clothes. Okay, what did I make for a salad? Boston lettuce, because I do love Boston lettuce, even though this is 2 weeks in a row now, but it's really in season right now. Oil cured olives, which I love. Sometimes they're called Sicilian olives. Sometimes they're called, oil cured, you see that a lot, and then they have garlic. These happen to have crushed red peppers in them.
Okay.
These are San Marzano grape tomatoes. They're so
Ooh, okay.
Yes. And I
Yes,
get them
yes,
at
yes.
Trader Joe's because they have the best ones. They're the tasty. Sometimes the little grape tomatoes have no flavor whatsoever.
No, but the Marzanos are that name specifically for the
Yes, San
tomatoes.
Marzano. And then these are bocconcini, little mini mozzarella, red onion, which I love. I put a little celery seed on there too,
Oh, good.
and a little oregano.
A
and
little celery seed adds like a little saltiness without the salt. It feels
Yes,
like.
I love it. I love celery seed. And then I'm going to use Tuscan herb olive oil, also from the New England Olive Oil Company, which I love. It's my favorite company, and they're in West Concord, Massachusetts.
Now,
And
why do you? Oh, I'm sorry. Why do you like Boston lettuce? What is it about that?
it's also called butter lettuce.
Right.
What I like about it is it's just really tasty, but it's not overwhelming. It doesn't have a huge crunch, but it's like just a perfect texture, and it's just super refreshing. And it's that it looks like a bud. They leave that little bud on, so it's always growing, and it's just light and crisp. It has a great snap to it, and it's just loaded with vitamins. So that's why I like Boston lettuce so much.
Do you use that in the sandwich? Is it a sandwich lettuce for you?
Not as much, although I have used it if I'm out, but I like romaine for sandwiches myself.
Yeah, okay. Me too. I'm a romaine kind of guy.
Yeah, I love romaine lettuce too because that's
Plus, and romaine's a little pushy, if you know what I mean.
Yes, absolutely, and that's really got a good crunch to it. But
Yes,
I
it
love
does.
salads with Boston lettuce or butter lettuce. Butter lettuce is Boston lettuce.
Yeah,
Oh.
but Boston's more, Red Sox. Woohoo!
Red Sox. Hey, and how about the Patriots? I mean, not the Patriots, the Celtics. They did amazing. They went all the way.
Yep.
But they did, and then they got beat by the Golden State Warriors, and that's okay. That's all right. But they went. What am I having? What wouldn't be summer without a little honeydew melon? This reminds me of my Uncle Joe, Rena's dad, because every time we had dinner in the summer, afterwards we had to have melon and ginger ale. I don't know what it is with Italians and ginger ale.
But it had to be a honeydew and not a honey don't.
Honeydew and cantaloupe. Those were the big ones for Italians. All right. So butter lettuce is great. Yes, Andy. Thank you. Kathy Roberti is watching. She's my cousin. She's Cora's sister. Kathy, they're funny, those girls. And then they have another sister who I adore, Rosetta. And we had so many laughs growing up. Oh my God. Cora, Rosetta, and Kathy.
That sounds like a little reunion you can get a show going. Are they all in Massachusetts?
Well, they actually, Cora and Rosetta have been on the show before, the family show.
That's right.
Yeah, and Kathy hasn't, but maybe we'll get Kathy on the show. Kathy's funny. They're all funny. My family's funny.
Yeah, they are.
Lou Malone. Yeah, Reno, we always had Lou Malone. That's like a thing with Italians. And Reno reminds me of your dad. So that's why in the summer I always have to get some melon. Okay, we have sadly come to the end of another wonderful show.
And always
Jay Rivera. Jay, you would love this meal. And it's good. And the good thing about it is it's delicious. It's good for you. It's high in protein. And I don't feel guilty eating any of it. It's all good.
Are you talking about Mr. April J. Rivera in that Lavinia Draper video that's now on YouTube?
Yes, with it shirtless. He was shirtless in that.
I think I counted something like 8 abs, 8 little on that. Not that I was framing it and freezing it. No, not at all. Not at all.
Yes, well, because Leo had to edit that, right. So Jay Rivera are wonderful. He actually is in San Diego, if I'm not mistaken, right now.
That is an hour and a half away from me,
Oh my
Jay
God.
Rivera. You better watch it.
One of his aunts turned 90, and he was there for the party. How wonderful. So, Jay, I'm so happy to see you. I love you. Thank you to Sarah Glassman, Josh Bennett, who made an appearance. I'm so glad. Ryan Hiers. They're a dream team of High Glass Productions. And then Perry Dell'Aquila and Billy Hipkins of Prince Charming You're Late. Check out all the links that Leo put up there. Please go and see these shows. There's so much great theater in New York again, and there's so many beautiful people doing it. Those are our friends. We love and appreciate you. Leo.
Happy Pride.
Happy Pride. I couldn't do any of this without you. I'm so grateful for you, my friend. Thank you. We love and appreciate you.
5 years. Woohoo!
We got to do a party in Boston. Good night, my friend.